talking about back in what it was, 2008, 2009. I left the company. I said, man, I got to get up out of here. I need some fresh air. And I got up out of there, man. And I was away for a long time. And my thing was when I left the company, I never called. I never went around them. I never thought about it. I said, man, I'm done. I actually thought I was finished.
With wrestling or with WWE?
I thought I was just done with WWE.
Do you regret leaving back when you did?
Not at all.
No? You don't regret going to TNA?
I needed to. I needed to get away. I needed to get away because I need to just detox. That schedule was killing me, and I knew it was. I knew something's going to happen to me if I would have stayed.
Because you were coming off that King Booker run, right?
Yeah, I was coming off the King Booker run.
Like you were all over the show.
I was working. I was all over the place, and I knew if I would have kept going, I was going to die. I really did.
And you mean that seriously?
I'm serious. I really did. I really felt like something was going to happen to me if I didn't leave the company at that time. And for me to walk away was probably the best thing for me that I could have ever done because, Charmel and I was trying to have kids. And it was, all the due to the stress, we couldn't even have kids.
Yeah.
And then immediately when I left the company, Charmel got pregnant. I'm serious, so I would say immediately.
And you didn't only have one kid, you had two.
I'm serious. Yeah, I'm serious. At least shortly thereafter, I left the company. Charmel got pregnant, but I just knew that it was time for me to move on away from that. Not that I didn't love it, not that I didn't love being a part of it, but sometimes you got to know when to tap out. And for me, I always have known when it was my breaking point. So to walk away from it, yeah, I don't regret it one bit.
So you think TNA saved your life in some ways? Like just having that lighter schedule but still being active?
Well, first I took off for a year straight when I left the company. I took off for a year straight and, just relaxed and didn't do a whole lot. And then TNA came and called it. I did that. But it wasn't, I wouldn't say it saved my life, but it just gave me a chance to slow down for a second.
Yeah.
And breathe and say, okay, I'm good. But also you got to understand, when I left, I was still on a full-time schedule. When I went to TNA, my schedule dropped to like 70 days a year. And then when I took a little bit of time and then went back to WWE in 2012, I wasn't working a whole lot at all. I'd go in sporadically. So everything changed for me. Life changed for me. I realized I had limitations, and I knew I realized that I could not push my body like I did when I was 30. I couldn't push my body like I did when I was 35. Those days were well behind me, but more importantly, I'm glad I noticed it. And I'm glad, even some of my friends, in the company, like John Laurinaitis, he was one of my biggest supporters, and say, man, hey, we got to slow you down. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, man, I ain't ready to slow down. I'm ready to keep going. Nah, we're going to slow you down, So I was one of those guys to say, all right, let's slow down. But no, I do not regret it one bit. I'm glad I left, but I'm glad I came back in 2012 too, because there again, absence make the heart grow fonder, just like John Cena came.